What's up, spectators? Welcome back to an episode of Ace Attorney Investigations 2. Last time, we were about to close up here with Patricia Rowland's trial, but it seems like Lang has objected. We don't know why yet. Judge Courtney, it's still too early for a happy ending. Lang, she says, the end of the trial is not always the end of the case. It's very specific sayings. And who might you be? The name's Shilong Lang. I'm just a humble lone investigator. Do you have some objection with this trial? Ha! Not a chance. The defendant there has a heart as black as a moonless night. Lang, don't tell me you're the one from 12 years ago. You got it. Ain't this nice? Now you're finally going to prison where you belong. 12 years is a long time coming from a suspended sentence, don't you agree? Agent Lang, what are you talking about? The SS5 incident from 12 years ago. It's a case I'll never forget. Dear Lord, these cases just keep coming out of nowhere with the letters and the numbers. What about the ZX case? What about the ZX12 case? And the AB50 case? A lot has changed. It all happened over 12 years ago. Back then, he and my father were close friends, and our clan protected the president's life. But then he suddenly changed. It's as if he became an entirely different person. Nowadays, he doesn't even have a shred of faith in the police force of Shangfa. 12 years ago. I wonder what went on then. Might it have something to do with Lang's father and President Huang? Patricia Rowland, and you, Blaze the Best. Back then, the two of you killed off the Lang clan. Were you involved in the incident 12 years ago? That's right, I was. However, I'm not here to chase after ghosts of the past. I'm here for you, Justine Courtney. Me? You and one other. John! Miss Courtney, you're coming along too. As a suspect in the murder of the president of Shangfa, Di Jung Huang. Objection! Agent Lang, what evidence do you... Settle down, Mr. Prosecutor. The investigation has only just begun. We're going to inspect the crime scene with the suspects in attendance. Agent Lang, did he get his hands on some new pieces of evidence? If you have any objections, then you can tag along as well. I shall do just that. The end of the trial is not always the end of the case. There are still many mysteries yet unsolved surrounding the murder of the president. Namely, the true nature of the giant monster, and... Then come and get me! I'll be looking forward to it. That is, if you can bring me to justice, but I highly doubt that. The true identity of the person on the other end of the phone. To be continued. Could you please give it a rest already? The heck? I'm telling y'all, it's best for y'all's sake to come clean. The staff has their lips sealed shut as the reporters continue their tenacious negotiations. If you're not here to cooperate with the investigation, I must ask you to vacate the premises. Put a sock in it, copper. Y'all couldn't even stop Mozilla's invasion. Not only did they secretly raise a giant monster, but now the staff is trying to cover it up. Like I said, we haven't been raising any monsters here at the film lot. But ain't you said you done saw Gordy yourself? Sure, I saw it, but it's not like we were keeping it at the film lot. Mind if we butt in? Ah, Mr. Edgeworth. And John. Oh, y'all come here to search for the monster too? We're searching for a criminal, not a monster. Like she says, the darkness inside a criminal's heart can be likened to a monster. Well, when it comes to killing people, criminals aren't much different from monsters. Agent Lang, this is a problem. I can't let outsiders enter the crime scene. These are all key figures in the case. I'd like them to be here when the investigation resumes. Agent Lang, regarding what you said about resuming the investigation, where do you intend to start? We'll start by reviewing the case. Today, the body of President Huang was found here at the film lot. The president's whereabouts from 2 nights ago are still unknown. It seems he snuck out from under the eyes of his bodyguards and ventured outside. And that night was the last time he was seen alive. It was when he met with you, Judge Courtney, on the roof of the Grand Tower. So, why'd you meet with the president? That, I cannot say. You can't tell us even under suspicion of murder. Can't say? Why not? Miss Courtney, if you don't say anything, you'll only be more suspicious. Not so fast! Ha! She must have a reason to clam up. I think you're somehow involved in the president's assassination. Objection! The president's body was only discovered today. That still leaves a blank of 1 whole day after Judge Courtney met with him unaccounted for. Not so fast! Don't be so impatient. We're gonna fill in that blank right here, right now. The evening on that blank day in question is what's important. What happened here last night? So, why don't you tell us, John Marsh? Me? We know you were here last night. What? John was here? Between that little Missy's testimony and the footprints we found, we can easily prove it. John, you were rehearsing here last night, right? You were spying on me? I'm sorry, I just came to check up on things. You really shouldn't be staying up so late, you know. Mind your own business. John Marsh, that young lady was worried about you. You will not speak to her like that. How many times have I told you to be more mindful of the way you speak? Is it just me, or does Miss Courtney's personality seem kinda different? She seems to be as strict with her own son as she is with those who violate the law. Are you listening to me? And earlier as well. You should always bear that in mind, no matter the occasion. Not so fast! Can we get on with the investigation already? Pardon me. For Judge Courtney to get carried away like that, this must be her motherly side. Agent Lang, do you suspect John? All I want is the truth. Why was the president killed? And I want to know who killed him. I'll do whatever it takes to find out. It seems the president was likely like family to him. John, would it be alright if we asked you a few questions? Sure, it's fine. I got none to hide anyway. John's rehearsal. I wasn't feeling too great during yesterday's shoot, so I made a few bloopers. They're reshooting the scene today, so... Well, I decided to rehearse a little on my own, that's all. I do it all the time. There wasn't anything out of the ordinary. You were rehearsing alone that late at night? John, when I called you last night, you told me you were at the hotel. You called him? About what time was that? I believe it was around 11 p.m. I require him to call me every night. That's our rule whenever he stays away from home. The truth is, I was at the film lot during that time. So you lied to me? Miss Courtney sure is angry. I think it's admirable that he practiced on his own, even if he hid it from his mom. I'm sure she was simply worried. Who knows what could have happened to him, out alone so late at night? And in reality, he did get caught up in yesterday's incident. But John said there wasn't anything out of the ordinary, right? Is that really the truth? I wasn't feeling too great during yesterday's shoot.
Hold it!
John, you said you didn't feel well. Could you tell me more concretely what was wrong? That doesn't matter. I just wasn't feeling well, alright? You weren't feeling well. Maybe you drank too much milk. How'd you? No, I mean, that's not it. So he didn't feel well because of his stomach. When I was young, I was told that chewing milk makes it easier on your stomach, you know. This conversation is over. Anyways, I made a few bloopers. They're reshooting the scene today, so they plan to reshoot the scene today, and you were practicing for that last night. My mistakes caused a lot of trouble for the people around me. I'm a pro, so practicing that much more is natural. He certainly does have an admirable sense of responsibility. John's incredibly dedicated to his craft. He didn't even make any major mistakes in those bloopers. But he said if it would make the movie just a tiny bit better. Shut up! You don't need to go around blabbering about stupid stuff like that! I'm sorry. If only he was a little more cooperative, I'd have no complaints. Anyway, that's what happened. Well, I decided to rehearse a little on my own, that's all.
Hold it!
John, about your testimony just now. John Marsh! Don't I always tell you? If you're going to practice by yourself, you have to let me know beforehand. I know. My time to speak was completely stolen away from me. I shall ask you once more, John, about your testimony just now. But you know, John, I think that's really great. Again? I bet putting in an honest effort like that will make someone even more talented. You'll go from a little thief to a middle thief, and then someday you'll become a great thief. I'll be doing my best, so you do your best too, okay, John? Now then, if I may. John, do you often rehearse in that way? At long last, I finally got to ask my question. I do it all the time. There wasn't anything out of the ordinary.
Hold it!
There are no mistakes in that testimony, correct? Of course there's no mistakes. It was just a normal, peaceful night. Nothing out of the ordinary happened at all. A peaceful night? How can you say that when an incident like this has occurred? Kay, he's still a child. Please don't get seriously angry. So there was nothing out of the ordinary. He doesn't know anything at all about the incident. That's the impression I'm getting. But isn't there evidence that shows something did happen last night? Yes, I don't have time to waste dealing with a child's lies. Let's present the contradiction. I think they're talking about a photo showing him rehearsing at night. I believe we have, hold on, I do it on the hand, here we go. I think we'll find it here in a second. Oh, it must have been footage. Oh, here it is, the tape. John's practice video. Yeah, here it is.
Objection!
There wasn't anything out of the ordinary. That's a lie, isn't it? We have evidence right here. Could that be? That's right. It's the video you recorded of your performance. What? You're telling me you have video from last night? Exactly. And in this video, there's clearly something that is out of the ordinary. This is a monster's footprint. Would you say that monsters' footprints are commonplace on a film set? John, why'd you conceal this video from us? No reason, really.
Knuckle fast!
Hey, pup, this is no joking matter. You had a reason to hide it, right? John Marsh, answer him clearly. Mama. Well? I didn't want anyone to see me rehearsing. In other words, you're embarrassed about others seeing you practice. Yeah, got a problem with that.
Not so fast.
You're saying that's why you hid the evidence. John! Quit nagging me. You've already busted me. What more do you want? Yeah, the footprints were there, but I just practiced and headed home. How come you're so calm after finding those footprints? It's a monster, you know? A real live monster. I thought it was just a part of the set. Besides, there's lots of other weird stuff around here too. He's suspicious, Chief. This kid's really suspicious. You're right. The smell of a story sticks to high heaven. Shut up. We're done talking.
Objection.
We're not done here yet. What now? The monster's footprints weren't the only unusual things that happened last night. Besides the monster's footprints, what other unusual thing happened last night? That I actually, what is there? Nope. Nothing based on nightly, no. No. Two nights ago, President ever passed through, is this, no. Courtney and the President on the rooftop, President never seen coming down. Mozilla doll. Oh, is it this?
Take that.
The fact that it fell down last night? A monster's head fell from the roof of that building. Surely you must have known about that. I don't know anything about it. Is that true? I told you I just practiced a bit and then I went back. I don't know anything about Mozilla's head falling or anything like that. Or do you have evidence to show that I know something? There certainly isn't any evidence of that. It's also possible that it fell after John had already gone back. If there's no evidence, then like I said, we're done talking. It seems that John doesn't really want to talk about last night. Could he be hiding something after all?
Not so fast.
Wait up! Agent Lang? It's as I thought. Thank you, Mr. Prosecutor. This video backs up my logic. Is there something in the video that's related to the case? Yeah, take a good hard look at the monster costume in the top left. The Mozilla costume. Try comparing it with the one over there right now. It looks like it's just hanging there limply though. And the zipper on its back is zipped up tightly. So the body must have been transported in there, maybe. Or the murderer, one or the other. This discrepancy is... Yeah, the difference is plain to see. In the video, the zipper is clearly open. That's right. Someone was inside. What? Mr. Powers, is the costume zipper usually... It's always zipped up tightly when it's not in use. Mr. Prosecutor, do you remember my logic from before? 2 nights ago, Courtney pushed the president off the roof and killed him. Afterwards, she stuck into the film lot to hide the body. In here? Wouldn't it be easy to hide a body in a costume or behind all this equipment? Then all she had to do last night was retrieve the body. You're saying the body was hidden inside the costume? That's right. Judge Courtney, 2 nights ago you pushed the president off the roof of the tower. You then hid the body inside the monster costume. I did no such thing.
Not so fast.
Say what you want, but you're the only one who could have done it. And with his new theory, let's go ahead and end this video here. So stay tuned for the next one, and thanks for watching. Bye-bye!